Hi, this is Miguel Murphy, and I'm here with Sharayna Douglas. And Sharayna, just go ahead and introduce yourself, and we're going to get into the initiative and the opportunity that you have for students to take advantage of. It's election season,
It
and
is.
early voting is right around the corner, October 22nd,
Yes.
all the way through November 4th. And just jump into it.
Okay, well, again, my name is Sharayna Douglas. I am the South Florida Coordinator for Election Protection. We're a nonpartisan, nonprofit coalition. I am in charge of South Florida, which is Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach. So what I do is go out and recruit folks from the community, communities that are underrepresented, communities that need the strongest voices. And the volunteers are based at strategic polling sites during early election, which, as you said, is October 22nd through November 4th at 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and then on election day, which is November 6th. So what we're really looking to do is recruit volunteers, people who are interested in civic engagement, people who really want to play a major part in making sure that voters' rights are protected. And we have a training that volunteers go through. And then we ask that our volunteers commit to a 4-hour shift, either during early election or on election day. Now, of course, the more the merrier. If they want to commit to more, we welcome that. But we do ask for that minimum commitment from everyone. And I can do the trainings on campus to make it convenient for the students. And it's very interactive. We ask a lot of questions. The volunteers will learn about voters' rights and how they can really make sure that every person who shows up to vote is able to cast their vote.
So if I show up at 6:59 p.m. on October 22nd, I should be able to
You will absolutely
be able to vote and
vote.
not be like, you're late.
Exactly, and that's the important part of having volunteers, nonpartisan volunteers on site at the polling sites, is to make sure that the laws that are in place to protect voters and make sure that voters can vote, to make sure that those laws are followed.
So let's say I'm interested in, volunteering. You said that I should commit, or it's recommended that I commit at least 4 hours.
At least 4 hours.
Okay.
We do like that because we do have a lot of sites. We do have quite a few days that early voting is taking place. So we ask for the coverage to be there. It's so important to have people on site to help, especially we have so many new voters, voters who have just become registered and this is their first time voting. It's so important to have that support on site for them.
Absolutely. So Miami-Dade College North Campus and Kendall as well are early voting sites. So
Yes.
if a student here on campus wants to volunteer, can they choose Miami-Dade?
Absolutely.
Or can they choose other sites? What are some other
They can
polling
choose
sites?
other sites. Of course, this is a site, which is so exciting. It's so convenient for the students to make sure that they are out early to vote because we do expect long lines. This is a big and very important election. They are all important, but this is a big one, and the ballots are quite long, so we're expecting long lines. So the earlier you get out, the better. But also, a student can volunteer here on campus or out in their own community. I like to hear back from volunteers about what's going on in their own communities so that we
Absolutely.
can truly be in places where we're most needed.
Absolutely. So what's the easiest way to sign up? I know that in my office you have
Yes.
graciously left me with a sign-up sheet.
Yes.
And students can stop by room 1104-12 if you're interested. But what is your contact information?
My contact information, you can call me 954-546-4550. That's my cell phone. You can go on the website, which is protectthevote.net. You can sign up that way. Of course, the sign-in sheet is there. So those are the easiest ways to sign up.
Absolutely, and we'll make sure that that's also included in the description of this video as well. So, what's the soonest I can sign up? Can I,
Right now,
right
today.
now?
The earlier the better. We are approaching early voting. Early voting starts on Monday at 7 a.m. So the earlier you sign up, the better. That way I can get the training going and we can get out there and protect everyone.
Okay, so what would be a reasonable amount of volunteers that you would wish to see, particularly at this site?
At this site, I anticipate this being a big site. It's a nice central location. It's early voting. There are a lot of students that come through. I did say that I could commit to doing a training session, and I can do several if that's necessary to meet people's schedules. I know everyone has busy schedules with class and work and so forth. I would like to have a minimum of 12 students to do a training on site, so if we can do several trainings, that's doable. But I want to make it flexible and easy for everyone to be a part of.
Okay. So voting runs from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Yes.
So is there like a shift schedule sort of, or?
When I have a list of volunteers and I know how many people are willing to work at each individual site, if it's more than enough, we can definitely cover the 12 hours in a day on a particular day. Or if it's not, we do find that before work hours and after work hours are the most heavily, those are the busiest times at the polls,
Okay.
as well as on the weekends of early voting.
Gotcha. So, I say that to say that, I may be in class, pretend that I'm a student again on campus, and, my class ends at 9 a.m. and my next class, begins at 12. So if I want to give from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., is that a possibility?
That is a possibility.
Okay.
Every bit counts, and every person that is at the polls and able to articulate the information needed and make sure that everyone who shows up has those resources available to them, it all counts. It all matters.
So what advice would you give to that student that's like, why do I need to be involved in this? Like what is your pitch to them?
Why does it matter? Well, we have a lot of people who are part of campaigns right now, a lot of people who are very interested in the amendments that are showing up. If you don't show up to vote, first of all, we'll go the voters route. If you don't show up to vote, your voice is not counted, literally. But aside from that, after you've shown up to vote, make sure that everyone in your community is voting. Because at the end of the day, everything that's showing up on the ballots will affect us. And we're finding more and more things are hitting close to home now. We can all feel that. It's hitting close to home. It matters to us. It matters to our parents, our siblings. For example, Amendment 4 will give it back the rights to felons. That is a huge population of people who currently do not have voices in our state. It's an archaic notion, and if you have feelings about that, the only way that your feelings are going to be counted is if you're at the polling sites, is if you're making sure that everyone in your community knows their rights to vote and they're not deterred, because we're finding that a lot of misinformation is given, whether it's intentional or unintentional, it's happening. So the only way that you can make sure that your community is protected is to be there protecting it yourself.
Absolutely. So thank you for sharing that. And the amendments, there's 12 of them that you will see on the ballots. This year, actually, I'll include in the description another link because I had a recent conversation with a colleague going over each one section by section. But we do have opportunities also on campus for you to get that in person as well. And on October 24th and October 25th, there's going to be workshops to also help you understand that. And I'll include that information as well so that you have that. So thank you, Sharayna. And I see this as a fruitful opportunity for students. And I'm very, very, very sort of elated because as of late, we've had many, many opportunities for students to get engaged in this process, whether it be to help. Last about 2 weeks ago, we had the last day to register, October 9th.
Yes.
Yeah, so we had a rally to vote on campus, and we had, nominees who were running for, in this election cycle, come on campus and expose our students to that. And then we've had other organizations come on to offer employment as well. So this is right down our alley of civic engagement. A big advocate for giving back to the community and spending a little bit of time out there and learning about the issues as well. And Sharayna mentioned that if you don't vote, right, it has implications as well. So let's leave our audience with your contact information one more time, email, phone number.
Okay.
And we'll wrap up this wonderful conversation.
Thank you. My phone number again is 954-546-4550. My email is S as in Sam Douglas, DOUGLAS @commoncause.org, or you can sign up on the sign-up sheet in the office or on the website at protectthevote.net. So I hope to hear from you if you have any questions, need more information, or just to sign up. Thank you.
Thank you. And you know how to find me, mmurphy3 at mdc.edu.